Hello there folks, back again for another video. This one's a little bit of a quick sort of hobby catch-up style vlog sort of thing, I guess. So I just wanted to kind of update folks on where things are going at the moment with my miniatures and what I've been painting and stuff. And as you can see, there are quite a lot of things that have been painted in the last little while since I did a hobby vloggy type video. The main thing has been working essentially on all of the miniatures for the Battle of Osgiliath and working away through the likes of the Rangers and all of the Gondorian warriors, which have come together quite nicely. We also had all of the Moran orcs. Let's see if I can find some of the ones that I quite like. So we've got this guy here. Can't really see too well because of the light and stuff, but yeah, there you go. And the schemes and stuff have been fairly simple for these because I wanted to try and get as much done as possible quite quickly. So these fellows, you can see some of the paint still under my nails from painting these. These guys, so the Rangers and stuff, were just undercoated with Wraithbone and then sort of just greens and different browns, and then bring them all to life quite quickly was nice and easy to do. The Warriors of Gondor were just an exercise in dry brushing, really, to be honest. So working through these and getting them nicely put together with dry brushing black and then picking out some of the details, and that was pretty much it, really, doing some different hair colours and stuff on them. But yeah, I think they've turned out quite nice as a collection, and it's quite nice to see everything all sort of come together well with the range. The Mordor orcs were the Morannon orcs, sorry, were kind of cool. So I did them with the same kind of thing. So it was undercoated in black and then dry brushed, picked out the red, did some of the brown. Oh God, did some of the brown. We're doing it live. And then the only thing I kind of really added to them was different colours of skin. So I've done some with like pinky skin, some with green, some with blue and stuff. And then added, the thing that I really liked was working on the little Sauron imagery. So I've done little eyes of Sauron on their shields when it's applicable, almost, essentially. Just so that I could make them stand out a little bit more when it came to the range and the other orcs that I have. A couple of characters have also come together. So I got one of the range characters done. Again, I think it kind of came out quite nicely there. I did him with the masonry on the back. Pretty fun little model to paint. Very fiddly in parts to put together, but otherwise quite cool. I kind of wish I'd brought my other light over here, I suppose. But yeah, I think you can see the details on that chap there. I think he came out quite nicely. I've still got Faramir and the other dude to work on. I always forget their names, so I'm not going to even bother trying to pronounce them and get them right. I also did Gothmog as well. So you've got Gothmog on foot, shield on the back, sword in hand. And then we've got Gothmog mounted, who isn't actually stuck on. He's got a little tiny blue tack seat there, but painted up the warg, as you can see. And then Gothmog on the back of him. And I was really proud of this guy, actually. I think it turned out really nicely. I particularly like the way that the shield came out with a little bit of that dirt and grime on it. I think it worked really well. But yeah, so I've got the foot and mounted versions of Gothmog sorted. When it comes to Osgiliath, what's next? So Osgiliath, got to do the terrain. I've built one of the buildings. It was the first one in the manual. I'm not going to say that it was a particularly fun endeavour, but I thought it was kind of cool putting that all together, and it sort of worked out okay. Nice kits. I think now that I've built one, it'll be much easier for me to build the other ones without screaming. But yeah, looking forward to getting those done. They're probably going to be undercoated black, probably, and then dry brushed up with successive lighter colours, and then just add a bit of dirt and grime onto them with Nuln Oil and Agrax and stuff just around the bases of the buildings and things, and they'll be all done and ready to use on the tabletop. So yeah, terrain is getting built, even if it's a little bit more fiddly. Also painted a couple of additional sort of fun, quirky models over the last while. So one of them was this Kangul. So I had some leftover Ringwraith models from my collection, and I thought, well, why not I do something a little bit different with them? And so put together this Kangul scheme, which is, if you don't know, it's based on the schemes from the Lord of the Rings Online computer game, the MMO. The Khanguls are kind of like those that have been affected by the Witch King or Morgul blades and stuff, and twisted and turned, but they're not like full ring race. So painted one up in the red and stuff. So if I ever do kind of like an Angmar force, I'm going to use these chaps, I think. I think they'd be really fun in there as alternatives to like spirit hosts or something, I think someone suggested. Or like the ghostly creatures. I think that'd be kind of nice. Also because, you know, you need a banner bearer. I did this chap. So this is an old metal orc. Painted him up. Didn't take long to do. The thing that I most enjoyed doing was working on the banner, as you can see there. So I've done a little... It's like an orc did it, so that means it's probably good, right? So I've done the banner there with the orc symbol on it, and I think it looks quite nice and matches some of the artwork that I've seen for the Eye of Sauron and things. So yeah, it was kind of cool. And then because I have a few additional models lying around, I also painted up my own... it's really bothering me that I've got paint under my nails and stuff. Oh well. But yeah, so I've also got this Gandalf the White that I painted up, which is one of the old metal ones. A little bit of dry brushing on him to bring him to life, and then Wraithbone on the beard and the staff to make him pop. And I think he turned out quite nicely as well. So he'll be joining the forces of Minas Tirith as they defend the gates of the Citadel. So one of the cool things about that actually is that my friend has sold off or traded his Harad army, and he's going for trolls now. And so we're really looking forward to playing out an actual proper clash at the whatever come through those gates, you will hold your nerve, etc. Blah, blah, blah. So we're going to do that. So we're going to have Gandalf the White alongside a bunch of the men of Minas Tirith, these poor warriors, trying to hold out against ransacking trolls and stuff on the tabletop. I think that's going to be really fun to do. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Trolls are particularly deadly, and I don't have that many warriors of Minas Tirith, I suppose. Maybe I could throw some rangers into the mix to kind of help them, perhaps. Probably the best way to go. But yeah, so I'm having a lot of fun. As you can see, I've painted a lot of the Battle of Osgiliath set. Just the two characters left, so Faramir and I think it's Damrod, isn't it? Faramir and Damrod. And then there's also, someone can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. And then also the Mordor Troll, which needs to be done as well. So I've got him waiting in the wings. I went for a club. Why don't I just go and get him? Oh. So yeah, here you can go. So there's the Mordor Troll that I've been working on. He's all undercoated and ready to go, really. So not too long before I can get to add him into the mix. Got the two characters as well. And then I think I'm going to move on to finishing off some of the projects that I needed to do previous to this. So got a set of the dwarves that I still need to finish off, my Khazad. I'm going to go get them as well. I'll be back. So yeah, I've got the Khazad still waiting to go. Once I've painted those 8, they'll be added into my little 400-point warband. I'll have some dwarves to play with, which will be fun. Beyond that, what am I thinking of doing? Well, I kind of want to do sort of a new good army list, I think, for the rest of the year. I'd love to focus in on making a really fun 600-point army of Rivendell Elves, I think. I really want to do Elendil and Elrohir alongside Arwen and Gildor, and do them as kind of like the guardians of the borders of the Shire or the borders of Rivendell. and have some of the Lothlorien elves and stuff in the mix, alongside a few of the Rivendell elves as well. I think that could be really fun, and I've always really liked Elladan and Elrohir and all that kind of good stuff. So it'd be nice to see them used on the tabletop more, I think, and just give me another opportunity to do more interesting stuff with the Forces of Good. I probably should look at expanding what I do with this Morannon Mordor force, because I now have obviously got Gothmog, and I've got all those Morannon orcs, and then I've got the Mordor troll. So I think the next step for them is to add in a few of the other Mordor orcs that I have in my collection already, alongside an orc captain, and I've got the banner bearer, and then maybe go for like 600 points of Morannon orcs, perhaps. I think that could be quite fun, because I've got the majority of things that I need for that. I just need to maybe throw in some wargs, perhaps. Could be quite a good idea. So maybe doing some warg riders. I've got a few sitting in a box somewhere, I think. Old metal ones, although I could probably just buy the new... probably just buy some of the plastic boxes and stuff for them. Maybe the battle host, I don't know. Hopefully you can't hear the beeping too much in the background, but people working outside, goddammit. But yeah, so things going quite well for the hobby at the moment. Lots of things getting painted for the start of this year. My time over Christmas was well spent. Can't quite see it, but down there I've got my boxes of shame. Well, piles of potential. And I've got my battle in Balin's tomb there, which I'll show people later on because I've got that all painted up as well. But yeah, fun stuff. Let me know what you're doing for the hobby at the start of the year yourself. Are you having a good time so far? Have you found it's been hard? Is there anything that's been sort of like on your mind of what your plans are for the rest of the year for Middle Earth and beyond, of course? Let me know in the comments down below. Always fun chatting with you folks. As always, make sure to like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Commenting is awesome, and I love just interacting with everybody and seeing what you're all up to. Additionally, if you want to send a little bit of extra cash my way by way of donations, you can do that via my Ko-fi link if you like what I do and you want to help support me as well. But you don't have to do that. The most important thing is liking, sharing, and subscribing, because that's where all the goodness comes from and gets me inspired to keep painting like the models that you see here. So yeah. Let me know how things are going for you at the moment with this hobby year, and yeah, we'll be back soon to talk more tabletop wargaming goodness and beyond. I'll see everybody next week for another video. Bye for now.